Hi, and welcome back to a special edition to One Way Football because it is a brilliant week, a fantastic week, a good weekend as well for some of us. As you can see, Richard is below me. He's right here. Yeah, where he belongs. Where he belongs. As you can see as well, Ed's wearing his championship belt like he deserves.
Just gotta remind you what the colour London is.
Nope. Oh, look, lads, it's been a fantastic week. I can't lie. I've been absolutely over the moon with myself. I've lost my voice. Do you know what? I've actually lost my voice from that game because I was just shouting so much. And there was like, obviously, Richard, you've been where I live over in the Canary Islands, and obviously, you know the big screen outside where I work.
Yeah.
So like, I had a couple of Spurs fans out there. We were chatting before the game, and he was going, "Oh yeah, it's going to be 4-1 Spurs." So I just kept giving him a cheeky little wink in the park while I was watching it on the big screen, and I was like sat in the bar watching it on my TV. I just kept looking at him and all that. I think after 70 minutes, he was doing what all fans are doing and leaving. I looked over, mate. Someone else was sat in his seat. I was like, "At robbery! Someone's robbed his seat." Listen, it was a fantastic game. It was a fantastic game. Obviously, the first game we're going to talk about because it was the first game of the weekend. I predicted 3-1, and I was confident with this game.
I mean, all the Tottenham fans were doing this, leaving the stadium.
That's it. Yeah.
They were doing that, trying to hide themselves.
That's it. But in all fairness, though, I mean, Richard, would you say we were all over you, weren't we?
Yeah, Tottenham never even turned up, mate. Arsenal absolutely smashed us all over the park. There's nothing we could do. We said this on the last interview. Every time Tottenham go to Arsenal, we don't seem to perform. But it's the same on your side. When you come to our grounds, it's tit for tat.
Yeah, I said that as well. I went, "Oh no, like we'll go to your place and we'll probably it'll be the same score probably."
Yeah, to us though.
To use, because these days derbies for both of us, like we said before, it's hard. It's hard for both of us, Both stadiums for our own teams are fortresses, and at the moment, you would have to say Arsenal are playing well, wouldn't you, Ollie?
James, I watched the match, and for a couple of years, I've not been great on Arsenal. I just think they were just one of them teams where every time they went to a big club, and I'm going to even include Tottenham in that. I just think I was never confident they were going to get anything from a game. But this season they just look a total different kettle of fish this year. They actually do you know what? They say if they lose Gabriel Jesus, it'll be a massive miss for Arsenal, and I think I agree with it in a sense. But the way that they played in that game against Tottenham, just the passing, the will to go forward. They're taking a lot more chances now, and they look a lot more solid at the back as well. They look a lot more solid at the back, and I think you've got to take your hat off to Arteta as well, because he's getting a lot of grief. Arteta, but he has transformed that team. I thought they played really, really well, and I think that result against Tottenham, because I was always one of them people that said, let's see how Arsenal do when they come up against an half decent team. They've had a good start, but then they played Tottenham, and Tottenham looked good this year as well. And they went there, and I think that absolutely turned them over, in my opinion. The penalty was all Tottenham had in that game. I didn't see Tottenham getting anything from that game at all. So I was really impressed with Arsenal. I mean, next weekend I've got Liverpool. I know we're not going to jump in too much, but we've got Liverpool next week. Again, it'll be another one of them where you see if they get a result against them, then I'll start to. What? Sorry, mate. Oh yeah, this weekend. Sorry. But yeah, if they get a result against Liverpool, then you've got to start looking and saying that maybe they are, going to be the ones who are going to challenge City for the title this year.
But like you say as well, though, you said just a key point there. If you beat Liverpool, then you can't put us away for being contenders. But then again, Liverpool aren't been on their best. Yeah,
they haven't. But at the same time, when was the last time Arsenal beat Liverpool? Every time Liverpool play Arsenal, I see nothing more than 3-4-0 for Liverpool every time.
Yeah,
and that's just how it's been for the past few years. But I can't see it this year. I mean, I don't know. It might be one of them games that Liverpool just turn up in big game against Arsenal. Need to turn the season around.
Yeah,
But we'll see. We'll see, Warman. Yeah, we'll see.
Ed, what was your thoughts on the game like?
Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. No, I seriously, I enjoyed it. I was at Rose Park. I was just watching the banner aside, right? Like it wasn't as bad as it was for Tottenham last time they came to the Emirates, but it was still a pretty bad game for them.
Well, it was the same score, weren't it? It was 3-1.
Yeah, but last season we were 3-0 up within like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So they put up more of a fight this time.
Yeah, no, I don't know, because look at okay, we stuffed them 3-0 in the first half, last season. But I mean, like this season, I think we had more quality on the ball. Like
you got more quality Parzay in your team.
Yeah, what's that?
I said you got more quality in your team. Parzay is this totally different Arsenal this year.
Yeah, 100%, totally different. And I think the skill was a lot better this season. You know, when you put it like a Aubameyang in the team last season, or we had Smith Rowe there, it was just constant like attack football. Whereas this time you could see most of the work. When Spurs are on the counter attack, the defense was absolutely phenomenal. You know, like Saliba and Gabriel just took. I think if I actually just Saliba, yeah. Have you taken Son out of your pocket yet? All right, okay. No. In all fairness, we were totally different team. Listen, we don't get much bragging rights. Trust me. We like this.
Can I just make a point though? Like, if you look, you know, they have made a few signings, Arsenal, but the team's not an awful lot different to last season. So just when the other guy there, I don't know his name, the guy spots Tottenham, when he said, you know, the quality of the team's better. I agree they've added, but they haven't. The team's not really that much different. I just think they're gelling a lot more this year. I think you can see that Arteta's doing something behind the scenes. I don't know if you watched the Amazon documentary.
Yeah,
but you can see behind the scenes with Arsenal that they do have a lot of passion. They do want to win, and I just think they've gelled a little bit better this year. Because barring they've got that number 9. I think that was missing last year, wasn't it? Obviously, I had Aubameyang, but it never worked out for him in the end. You've got Gabriel Jesus in. They signed Zinchenko. To be fair, without Tierney's injuries, Tierney was getting rave reviews from Arsenal fans. You know, he was one of their best players. So they've replaced a good left back with a good left back. Yeah. Obviously, Saliba coming back into the side, but apart from that, it's not really much different. I just think they've gelled a lot better this year. I think they've got a lot more togetherness.
Very quickly,
I just think it's shown on the pitch.
Very quickly before we move on, Richard, where's your signings? You know, some of these new signings that you made. What's his name?
Basuma, Jed Spence.
Basuma didn't play.
Basuma, you got Spence as well. Yeah, none of them.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know what he's doing, mate. I mean, it seems like he's sticking with the players that he knows, but Mourinho done that and he failed with it. We've got all these new signings, but they're not having a run. So how are we supposed to see how good Tottenham can be if half the new signings are still sat in the changing rooms?
Yeah, that's what I didn't understand. I was like, you got these players that you've brought in. I mean, Richarlison, he's had his run, but I'm saying your midfield in that.
Well, yeah.
I mean, Basuma's better than Højbjerg. I think Basuma and Skip would be better.
But that's what I'm saying. But then he constantly plays Højbjerg.
Yeah.
I think he plays Højbjerg because he's like an old star Roy Keane. He's solid. He's you can rely on him. You know what I mean? But with these new players, I don't think Conte's got a lot of trust in them yet until they've proved their point. Hence why he's sticking with what he knows. But then with these new players he always seems to try and bring them on the 75th minute. You know as well as I do, 75th minute into a game, you can't really do much with that. Yeah,
because I was thinking that a lot of pundits as well are saying that Conte's kind of being found out now because he's playing a defensive play. Do you know what I mean? His team is defensively, whereas a lot of teams now are just pushing forward and pressing hard. Do you know what I mean?
Well, look at Arsenal. They proved the point at the weekend. They played attacking football, good football, and Tottenham was just left standing. They couldn't cope with Arsenal.
And that's the thing what Arteta's doing at the moment. He's playing a high line where
Yeah.
Man United they did catch us out. And
Yeah.
Tottenham, we've kind of filled in the gaps with their mistakes. So now we know when the counter attack is coming, so we can get back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I think you might find it hard against Liverpool. I mean, everyone's writing them off at the moment, but you can never write Liverpool off, mate. They're a dangerous team, even when they're not doing so great. But it'd be interesting.
They beat Rangers. You know,
Yeah.
they beat Rangers in the Champions League.
Yeah, but
obviously
anyone
they
can
drew-
beat Rangers, can't they?
They drew against Brighton, which was a massive shock when Brighton went up. I was like,
Yeah, but Brighton's playing really well. They're playing good football, Brighton.
Yeah. Brighton are. You've got them at the weekend, so I mean,
yeah, that's a scary game for Tottenham, mate. I said this to the boys yesterday that they're like, "Oh, you'll win that after losing to Arsenal." I said, "Mate, Brighton's just as tricky as Arsenal."
Yeah. And moving on to Liverpool though, with that Brighton game, there's just something not right there. Still, is there? I just can't put my finger on it. They've got. So I was speaking to a Liverpool fan. I was speaking to Adam, and Adam said the problem is for the last 5 seasons is they've had the same team. There's no real big changes there.
No, he's right. Yeah, he's definitely right.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, Ollie, what's your
Completely
thoughts on
different
Liverpool at the moment?
I agree with what he said. To be honest, I just think they've had that structure that they've had for so many seasons, and it worked. It was always going to come to a point where players were going to start leaving. Unfortunately, it's at that time now, isn't it? The players that they've got now, they're not bad players. They just, I think it's just one of them. They just need time, don't they? Is it Richard? Like Richard just said, they need time. Never write Liverpool off. Liverpool got wrote off last season, and they ended up catching Man City in the end. I mean, obviously, it went down to the final day, but they were miles behind last year at a point. And they ended up catching them. So you can't write them off. But yeah, I just don't know. It's not working. I think the big shock is I've heard a lot of people say it's Mane leaving. I think Mane is a big miss. But
Mane's a big part.
But I think the biggest shock is how poor they've been at the back this year. I mean, you don't expect it from Liverpool how poor they are at the back. I mean, I know, let's say Trent, for example, he gets a lot of stick for his defensive work. That's always been there, but you don't get stick for Van Dijk, you don't get stick for Matip, and they've been called out a lot this season. So I think the biggest shock is at the back for me with Liverpool because they're scoring goals. It's not as if they're not scoring goals, but they're just conceding goals as well. So obviously that doesn't help, does it, when you're trying to win games?
Firmino as well. Ed, remember a couple of weeks
Ed's
back?
favourite player. Ed's favourite player. He said it was a joke as well. I don't think it was a joke.
Yeah, I know it was a joke as well, but I mean, he's stepped up the game now.
It wasn't a bad shout. It wasn't a bad shout.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad shout. Ed, you've actually.
I'm never going to hear the end of this, am I?
You've jinxed us, Ed. Ed, what's your thoughts on the Liverpool situation though? Do you think? I mean, going into that game, are you kind of worried about it?
There's a little part of me going, don't write them off, which I'm not, because I know Liverpool, they are the second best overall side in the league behind Man City. They've got better attack than us to defend midfield. Literally, it's not a Man United situation where you could say Man United can easily lose this game. No, Liverpool can easily turn it around better than Man United did. However, I think we've had a tough season in them. I don't know what's going on there. I think Klopp's kind of got his tactics all wrong a bit. Maybe he's having what's his now? His 5th, 6th, 7th season.
Yeah. I think it's his 7th. Yeah.
Yeah, 7th. It's his 7th year managing that. I think he's just got too used to that style. I think he's going to have to change his tactics because Arsene Wenger had the same problem with.
He did change it up though, didn't he, Ed, for the Champions League game? He changed it up. It was more of like a 4-2-4, wasn't it, with 2 wingers and 2 strikers, and it obviously worked. Like Richard just said, I know it's only Rangers, but it did seem to work. It did seem to be playing a lot better, I thought, in that game.
Yeah, I'm not writing Liverpool off yet. I think they're still going to challenge for the title against Man City. I think they're just going through a drought right now.
Hey, mate, wait, you think Liverpool are going to challenge still?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're leaving it a bit late, Ed.
I know, yeah, they are. They are. You got to think now the World Cup's coming up soon. So,
Yeah, all the players will be rested for the Premier League. So,
what, Liverpool? Most of their team
Yeah, they
will be
haven't got-
pulled up.
Does anyone
Yeah,
know
but
what the
it's-
gap is? Does anyone know what the gap is between top and Liverpool at the moment?
There's
I
11
think
points
Liverpool
different.
are 7
11.
right now.
Yeah.
There's 11 points
11
between us.
points. 11 points is a fair bit to make up.
But
You're
still,
talking
it has
about
been
Arsenal
done.
and
Yeah, but
City
look,
dropping.
people said the same thing.
It has been
when
done, yeah.
I said the same thing when we played Man United, and they've done us 3-1.
Yeah.
But
Moving
Liverpool are
on,
the
right?
best
We're going to
side,
quickly
so-
move on because we need to get out to our predictions as well. Crystal Palace played Chelsea. Chelsea 2-1. Well, Crystal Palace, they were 1-0 up, weren't they, before?
Yeah,
They
they
played
went 1-0,
well,
yeah.
We all said Crystal Palace would win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, but the Crystal Palace aren't a team to just brush aside.
They're a quality
Chelsea.
side, Palace. They're a quality side. They're so hard to beat, Palace. To be honest, I didn't.
Yeah, Patrick
I didn't do
Vieira,
a
he's done a
prediction
good job
myself for
there.
the game. Oh, he's done a brilliant job. But I think if you look where they are in the league, as well, I was shocked when I seen where they were in the league. They're about 14th in the league, aren't
Yeah, let me tell you something. When I get FIFA 23, I'm going to make Patrick Vieira our Arsenal manager.
they? Yeah, but I didn't make a prediction. But before I seen that, I thought Chelsea. I thought they'd struggle in that game because to go to Selhurst Park, it's never an easy game.
No, it's never. I mean, as well, I want to just quickly pick up as well that Aubameyang is he's kind of sitting into his boots at Chelsea now, isn't he?
Ababa who?
Abama what? Aubameyang.
Abama block clot, yeah.
No, we don't say that anymore, Ed. We don't say that anymore.
I
We say Abama what? Abama who? Abama blood cut mong.
I'm still saying it. What about
I've
the
just put him in my fantasy football team, actually.
The guy is an absolute melt. He ran around. He got everyone to wear in his house a Chelsea top, right? And then if you stop, right, when it gets to his children, one of his children has Arsenal shorts on, and then he's running around at Stamford Bridge with an Arsenal tattoo. Come on, and he's trying.
You know where his heart is. You know where his heart is.
Where? Barcelona.
Arsenal.
He must have left it there then.
If you got a tattoo of Arsenal on your arm, you've kind of made your place known.
What? Like
I mean,
He's
look.
got a big ego, hasn't he? I think it's
Look
he's
at
got a
Look at
massive
that's not
ego,
going
hasn't
away.
he? That's half his problem.
yeah, there's no right. He's basically another Van Persie. If your heart's at Arsenal, you do not go to another Premier League Big Six side, especially one of your biggest rivals.
Chelsea as well.
That hurt me a bit. That did. I was thinking, oh no, because I was quite sad
And listen, he could have got
that he went.
He could have gone to Tottenham. So
But he could have gone to
Look on the
Tottenham.
bright side, though, James. You've got Gabriel Jesus now. I think you've got a bet. I think you've got the best end of the deal.
Oh yeah,
there.
we have. So don't get me wrong, but don't try and smother it in our faces, like with your little stupid videos running around your house, acting like a knob. Do you know what I mean? It's true though. It's true. Aubameyang and his family doing the dirty on us, basically.
Never thought I'd see the day Aubameyang got a bite out of James Conway.
It's true though. At the end of the day, though, I was saddened that we let him go on a free as well. So that really did wind me up a little bit. But I mean, if your heart's at that club, you don't come back. He's there to make a point. He wants to rub it in our faces a little bit, I think.
If it makes you feel any better, I think Arsenal got the best years out of him. I don't think he'll perform to the level he performed at.
Oh no, yeah, we did get but come to the end of his career, we kind of just was it the money, and did he really care?
Speculation.
But Chelsea, they're still coming. They seem to be coming back a little bit now. Where are they now? They're fifth, climbing up the table with 13 points. So we can't even write them off the top four anymore.
I don't think you can write anyone off. It's too early. He's only 8 games.
It's too early, yeah. But I mean, if you look down, you're gonna. I said like maybe West Ham might get fifth. Look at where they are.
Yeah. You always get shocked.
8 games in, they've got 7 points. So that's a ratio of a point a game nearly.
You got more chance of Brighton conceding European football this season.
Yeah. So imagine that. I said to someone, do you imagine us actually falling down, not getting 4th place, and Brighton nicking it?
It happened to you last season, didn't it?
Well, yeah. I suppose we did fall to a lower league team as well again, yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said before, Richard, we haven't really played anyone yet. We haven't had a proper test, have we?
No, you just played a load of Nesbits.
That includes you, Tottenham.
I can't wait till Arsenal go to City away. For me, that'll be the one.
No, look, do you know what? I hold my hands up, right? City, no, we ain't beating
City
them.
away. If Arsenal perform at the Etihad against City with the form they're in, I'll say, yeah, fair enough.
We won't beat
Man
Man
City-
City. We won't beat City.
No, I'm not. It's
Let me tell you
about beating
something.
them, but it's not putting the performance in. Not a 5-0, 6-0. Do you know what I mean?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. If we beat Man City, I will run around my neighborhood naked.
You what? Sorry.
Nobody wants to see. Nobody wants to see that, Ed.
What did you say?
I said if we beat City, I'll run around my neighborhood naked.
Now you've got to do a live show on One Way Football with nothing on.
Okay, that's a deal.
Okay. The channel will get taken down.
I don't want to be involved.
We're going mental, aren't we? We're going mental. Let's just do the predictions.
Right, no. One last game we need to talk about. Man United took on Man City at the Etihad, and listen, as much as Johnny is going to hate it.
What can we say? Do you know what, James? Can I have my moment on this one?
Yeah, go on.
You know this is mine, right? I'm sick of hearing this tapping merchant thing. Not just from Johnny, and it's not a dig at Johnny, because I've heard it from a few people, this tapping merchant thing. I'm not being funny, but that boy's a striker. His job is to put the ball in the back of the net from an onside position. I couldn't care less how he's putting that ball in the back of the net. If he's putting the ball in the back of the net, that is all that
just
he needs
quickly,
to do.
I'll let you carry on, Ollie. I'll let you carry on. As we speak, Man United are losing.
Really?
Whoa,
Hang on. Let me see the score. Yes! Whoa!
Who are they playing?
I don't know.
No, some pub side in Germany.
Yeah, I want to watch the match as well. But yeah, I'm going to get back to the point.
Yes, go on.
If I was to offer you, as let's say a manager, a fan, whatever, if I was to offer you a striker, that would guarantee you 20 goals, and all 20 of them goals would be worldy goals, and I mean worldy goals, right? Or I could offer you a striker who's going to score you 30, 35 goals, but they're all going to be tap-ins. What do you take?
Yeah, it's happening.
As a fan, you're taking the tap-ins, aren't you?
Yeah.
So I don't understand this. For me, it's an excuse. It's an excuse because people don't
I guarantee you,
like
if Erling Haaland was on Tottenham, so Johnny would be kissing his ass.
Yeah, well, listen, it is what it is, and also I think it's.
This is why I like Johnny. Listen, I like Johnny, but I prefer Richard. Richard is humble. Johnny's just very salty and a tribal idiot.
I just think it's disrespectful to just say he's a tapping merchant, because if you actually watch him as well, he does a lot of work off the ball. He's a strong player. He drags defenders out, and then he's quick enough to turn and make that run, and he's off then. And all right, yeah, fair enough. He might be off, and he's going to tap it in, but he's done that work to get the tap in. So I just think it's I don't know. It sounds like I'm in love with Erling Haaland. I know it does, but I just think it makes me upset. It does that people can be so narrow-minded.
What's he on? I think he's on 14 goals now, isn't he? He's
14 goals in 8 games. James, he scored 3 hat-tricks in 8 games. 3 hat-tricks in 8 games.
It's too much.
But they were all tap-ins. So, you know, it
when
is
was the last time we had a player like that's done this in the Premier League?
Henry.
God knows.
Yeah, Thierry Henry.
But Thierry Henry is my favourite player ever. But he wasn't even doing what he's doing at this moment in time. Like, it's silly.
Yeah, but the game's a lot different now. Game's a lot different now. Erling Haaland, he can read the game. He's a young fella. So where he's been playing with a lot of young talent, he can see things that other players can't see quite at the minute. He just plays different football. Honestly, he reads the game so well. A lot of people say, yeah, it's a tap in here, it's a tap in there. But if you actually watch him work around the pitch, he knows exactly where to be and what to do in that precise time of moment. So he's definitely got it about him. He's a great football player.
Yeah, it's spot on. It's spot on, and it's nice to see people actually saying that side of him, because I just think it's so disrespectful to just say the tapping merchant. But anyway, it is what it is. That's my rant over. And by the way, that wasn't a dig at Johnny. That was just a dig into
You know for a
general
fact.
at
You know for
anyone.
a fact he's gonna be coming. He's gonna be coming on here next week, Ollie. Going get Ollie on there. I've got a few things to say.
Yeah, listen, I'm prepared for it, but
We've got a road tie, haven't we?
I know a lot of people who said at the start of the season he was going to be a flop. And in my opinion, the reason they said it was because on the off chance he was, they would say, "I told you so." Come on.
Yeah, no,
If you know football, that I just think it's he's
This
going
guy-
into he's going to Man City, man. To create how many chances?
This guy,
And he's tapping them in.
he's going to get at least 40 goals or something like that. He's going to be something ridiculous.
I think he'll get 30 plus this year.
Yeah,
in
30
the league.
plus. Yeah.
Yeah, but would he
If
get
provided he
them?
doesn't get injured, isn't it?
Would he get them goals if he wasn't playing for City? That's what you're going to
I
ask.
don't think he'd score as many. I think he'd
No,
still
he
score. I still think he'd be the top scorer in the Premier
It's a
League.
good question.
If he was at
Rich.
Liverpool,
Good question. Honestly, if he wasn't playing for City, would he have got so many goals? Because I personally don't think he would have done. If he'd gone to say, like, I don't know, say Palace or Brighton or someone like that, I don't think he. Yeah, but I don't think he would have done it.
Or Arsenal, to be
It's just-
fair, or Arsenal.
You
Just
don't
to
need
be
him.
if he's in
you
a
know,
team that creates, if he's in a team that creates a lot of chances and gets the ball to him in the right positions, then he's going to score goals, isn't he? So you
Yeah,
look
of
at them
course.
teams and say, yeah, fair enough. Like, yeah. I agree. He wouldn't get as many goals, but you know, if any of the so-called top six, I think he scores 20 plus Premier League goals.
just they're running away with it. But look, we're going to move on to our predictions now. And for the weekend games coming up. Right. Okay. So the first game is 3:00. Well, we've actually got 4 games that are 3:00, which is really unusual because usually the first game's at 12:30. So I don't know why they've done this. Bournemouth versus Leicester. Ed.
Well, first of all, I said Leicester win, and they won. So I've got the magic touch. So I'm going to say 3-0 Leicester.
Leicester. So this is their comeback. Okay, then. Ollie.
Yeah, I think Leicester will kick on from Forest. I thought they looked really well as well.
They
Actually,
did play really well.
Against Forest. I thought they played really well. I don't think I'll say 2-0.
2-0.
2-0 Leicester.
Richard.
Same as me.
Yeah, I agree. I can't skip. Yeah, Madison's on fire. So yeah, I reckon 3-0. Leicester, the goalie really to keep the manager.
Well, I'm going to go for a bit of an upset here. I'm going to go 1-1.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I'm going to go for an upset. I'm going to go 1-1. Newcastle versus Brentford. Ed, take us away.
I'm going to go 3-2 Newcastle.
2-0 Newcastle. Yeah.
No, 3-2. 3-2.
3-2. Yeah.
Yeah, 3-2
Ollie?
Newcastle win.
10-0 Brentford. I'm a Middlesbrough fan.
Yeah, someone's
No,
got.
I'm gonna. I think Newcastle are in really good form, aren't they? Yeah, I'll say Newcastle beat them. I'll say 2-0 again. I think 2-0. 2-0 Newcastle. Against Brentford.
Okay, Rich.
Yeah, good shout. 2-0's a good shout, mate. They're playing good football at the minute. Yeah, I'll go with that 2-0. Newcastle win.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 Newcastle. Yeah, Newcastle on form, and they say we can't really let them slide away. Manchester City take on Southampton. Ed.
6-0 City.
Okay. Ollie.
5-0 City. Erling Haaland 5 goals.
You know he's going to do it.
Well, Ed, you might as well go like 2 hat tricks for Haaland then. Richard.
Okay, yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go throw a curveball here. City's going to lose.
Do you think City's going to lose?
God.
How much?
I tell you what.
In the words of Johnny, are you smoking?
Yeah, he is. He needs to put that rollie down. Listen,
God.
going 2-1.
Yeah, I'm going to go throw a curveball in there. Fuck it.
I tell you what, whack a tenner on that in the bookies. I bet you that's about 20-1.
Yeah,
No, that's like a million.
Yeah, maybe 100-1. Right, okay, so
For the win.
if Haaland's out of the team, then I'll go, 6-0 Southampton. But no, I'm going to go, and I'm going to agree with Ollie, 5-0 on that one with City versus Southampton. Chelsea versus Wolves, Ed?
2-2 draw.
2-2 draw, okay.
Mhm.
Wolves are rubbish, by the way, though, Ed. They are rubbish.
No, I'm just thinking Diego Diego Costa.
Well, okay. Ollie?
Yeah, I think Chelsea will. I think they'll start to kick on a bit now. I don't think there'll be many goals in the game. To be honest, I'm going to go 1-0 Chelsea.
1-0 Chelsea. Okay.
Yeah.
1-0 Wolves.
1-0 Wolves. Oh, look at you! Look, is he trying to?
Hey, you've got a decent accumulator building up
points for
there.
Tottenham.
When he goes to the bookies, he's going to get back. He's going to get 6 figures.
Okay, the next one. We're going to start off with Richard and go the other way around because it is Brighton versus Tottenham, the last game at 5:30 on Saturday. So, Richard, take us
2-1
away.
Tottenham. 2-1 Tottenham.
2-1 Tottenham. Yeah, confident.
Ish.
Ollie?
I'll go 2-1 Brighton.
2-1 Brighton. Okay. Ed?
To be the man I want to be, I'm going to go with 4-2 Spurs.
4-2 Spurs. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go for another draw for Brighton. I'm going to go 2-2.
I was going to say 2-2 James, but I don't know.
I'm going to go 2-2.
Yeah, I'll stick with 2-1.
Moving on to Sunday, West Ham take on Fulham at 2:00. Ed?
3-0 West Ham.
3-0 West Ham. Okay. Ollie?
I was going to go same, yeah, 3-0 West Ham. I think West Ham will beat Wolves quite comfortably, in my opinion.
Richard?
Fulham, sorry, not Wolves.
2-2.
2-2, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to go another upset for West Ham. I'm going to go 2-0 Fulham. Because their striker, I can't pronounce his name still, but he is.
Mitrovic.
That's it,
Mitrovic.
Okay, Johnny, repeat after me. Mitrovic.
Mitrovic. Haaland.
Jesus.
Crystal Palace take on Leeds. Ed?
1-0 Palace.
No Palace, okay. Ollie?
I'll go 3-1 Palace.
Rich?
2-0 Palace.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 2-0 Palace as well. I don't think Leeds are that great this season, to be fair. Oh, the big one of the weekend. Arsenal take on Liverpool. Ed?
I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to go 3-3.
Wow. Okay. Okay, Ollie?
I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool. Liverpool always beat Arsenal.
Yeah, they do. They do.
I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool. Yeah.
Richard? Don't be biased now. Don't be biased.
No. Arsenal are scoring goals. Liverpool's are scoring goals, but like you said, Arsenal-Liverpool's always a tough game. So, yeah, 3-1 Liverpool.
3-1 Liverpool. All right, then.
Yeah.
I'm going to have faith in my team. I think it's going to be the first time we've beat them for a very long time. And I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal. I still think we can see the goal, but I think we'll do the deed this time.
Probably the best time to beat them right now, isn't it, James?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And I'm still not saying that even if we do beat them, that's it. Because there's hurdles ahead still, and there's a long way to go. But yeah, I think if we can prove a point against Liverpool, the side that they have, and the many times that they've defeated us, in the past, I'd say 5 years or something. I think we had a couple of draws against them. We've beaten them in the Community Shield, but I mean that's nothing, is it? I mean that's like a pre-season. Last game of the Sundays, Everton take on Manchester United. Ed?
4-0 Everton.
4-0 Everton?
Yeah.
You're smoking something now.
Same as Richard.
You're smoking something now. Ollie?
I'll go 1-1.
1-1. Okay. Richard? I mean, they're losing now. This is Europa League, and Ronaldo's playing. And they've got Anthony playing. They've got a full team out.
Everton's going to beat
Man U. Sheriff trip as well.
Yeah. What do you say there? Sorry, Richard?
Everton to win against Man U. Do you know what? 3-1 Everton. Why not?
Oh, wow. Okay. going to be a bit of a realist here, and I'm going to go probably 1-0 United. I do think if they lose this game in Europa League, they've definitely got to bounce back from that. And then the last game of the weekend, which is actually over the weekend on a Monday, and it's the late one, 8 o'clock, Nottingham Forest take on Aston Villa. Ed, you're looking like you're in Mordor there or something. You're like Sauron, where you like glowing light and red and that.
I know nothing about Lord of the Rings, so you guys
Look at you.
reference for this.
You're like something like evil. I'm sorry, like should we talk about Star Wars then?
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna say for this game, I'm gonna go 2-0 Villa.
2-0 Villa. Forest are rubbish, aren't they? Ollie?
I think Forest might get a point. So I'll say 2-2. I think
Richard?
I'll say 2-2.
I've got to go with Villa because my family. Villa 2-0 win.
I'm going to say Nottingham Forest win that 1-0. Guys, we thank you very much for coming on. We've only got like a couple of seconds left. So, guys, it was a pleasure having you on. Thank you for your predictions, and we shall see you next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you to our Sith Lord, Ed, as well, coming in with his championship belt.
Strong with this one.
Lads, thank you very much. Have a good weekend.
One Way Football.